Give me one sec.
You're fine.
Math 221B class, this is Group 6. We are working on our design to study as well as our lesson 19 group quiz. So Davis, you're looking at question 1 on design to study to help me fix that up.
Okay, so I added unleaded in there. Differ in four different zip codes. Oh, actually, I'm not looking at what. Sorry, I'm looking at something else. Let me pull that up. I'm looking at the one he sent me.
Ah, that's why I'm not like.
Okay, here we go. We are trying to determine if the average. Wait, what the freak?
No, that's the sample question.
Oh, is there a difference in gas prices from 4 selected zip codes in Boise, Idaho? Yeah, let me hear.
Feel free to fix it up. Also, please enter the gas station, the zip code numbers and number 2 that you did on them.
Yeah. So let me just.
And thank you for looking at that up, Spencer.
For unleaded differ in 4 different zip codes in Boise, Idaho.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Camden.
Hey.
And it looks like Spencer disappeared on us again.
Yes.
So what we're doing right now, Camden, is updating. I heard back from the teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And he was basically explaining how that in order to have a random selection, it has to be in the sample, not the population. And the population has to represent the overarching question. So what we were talking about, Boise, Idaho, would not work because we did not have a full representation of Boise and we did not randomize our sample. So let me post an email for you. Look on my thing. Let me know when you want me to scroll down. You can just read it.
Okay. So I fixed the zip codes. Those are the 4 most populous.
Yeah. It making sense?
Yeah.
Basically, it's trying to state that the population can be hand selected because as long as it matches what you're looking. So our audience our sample population has to somehow represent our population. So what we're looking at right here in terms of the zip codes, that is essentially our X bars.
Sure.
Or not X bars, but our sample population, and we have to have them represent in order for them to represent the Boise population, we have to do different stuff. So, are you ready for me to scroll down?
Yeah.
He did a good job of explaining it. He's a really good teacher.
He is very good at explaining things.
FYI, I sent a text in the collaboration discussion board post. He explains point estimate really well.
Okay, I'll have to look at that.
Yeah, so just go back to the lesson 18 discussion board post where I posted the thing. He does a nice job of explaining point estimate. Essentially, point estimate is what we're getting confused with the p-hat, which is the x over n. So anyway, I just look at it later; it will make sense.
Okay.
We got confused with what?
I'll pull it up. That might make sense. So listen. Give me one sec, guys.
Good. I'm just fixing this here.
Yeah, no, we got to get it done today, so we have time to get approved and stuff. And
yeah, I'm going to be out of town this weekend too, so I really need to get it done today.
If you need to, we can always. If we don't get done the meeting, we have questions. We can make an emergency meeting later in the week.
Yeah.
Or if there's some reason so here it is. You seeing it?
Sorry, let me pull that up.
Oh dang, he really does watch these things.
When you are studying proportions, the point estimate is p hat. In other words, p hat and point estimate for proportion are the same thing. Just like the point estimate for a population mean is a sample x bar is a proportion per sample that you are using to estimate the population proportion. Oh.
Yeah, it's a good explanation.
Makes sense. Sweet.
All right, cool. Are you ready to move on?
Yeah, well, let's just finish this. We have so question 9, we have some things to fix, and then question 10, we have to list. So if one of you wants to, on question 10, write all of the requirements for ANOVA and state how we anticipate that each of them will be met in the study design.
You got that, Camden?
And then I'll fix number 9.
All right.
I should do these like.
Yeah, so basically our big confusion was on the simple random sampling. We kind of forgot the whole part, the simple random sampling, not simple random population.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it makes sense. Again, what he told me is essentially the idea is we show that we understand the process behind it. We're not so much looking for results as this showing that we understand what we're doing and we can do it on our own later. So.
How many gas stations from each zip code should we get?
We have 4. Let me pull up his email, see what he said. I think he said, all right, he did not say exactly how many, but basically we need enough of what. Let me pull it up. There is like there's a requirement when they're doing ANOVA for be able to have it correct. You know what I'm talking about?
What was that? Sorry.
I'm gonna pull up the textbook because there's a requirement check for that.
Yeah, for ANOVA, it's
that's what I'm looking at right now.
Using the QQ plot, I think.
Okay, but that to just be normal.
Yeah.
All right, that's what I needed to know. In that case, well, I would think. It's going to be more normal the more samples they are. We don't have a lot to choose from, but what we may want to do is when we randomly select some, and then once we get our means, or once we randomly select some and we input them in the ANOVA, try to make some QQ plots and check with that.
Yeah, but we still have to list. Should we just do like 4? Just say?
I would say 4 would be appropriate, because in that case you have one outlier, the other 3 should help with that, and I doubt there's going to be a major outlier.
Yeah, me too.
Because the only thing that would really fall for numbers if there's an outlier, like one gas station was $4 and the rest for like $2, which wouldn't work because you wouldn't sell. Just like if you had one gas station that was $1, they would run out of gas before they make enough profit to compete with the others.
Okay, I'm looking at requirements of ANOVA.
Thank you, Camden.
Using the QQ plot, and the variances are equal for each group.
I am so sorry. What are the 4 new zip codes are you using again?
The 4 zip codes that we're using?
Yeah, where are they again?
83709, 83704, 83713, 83706.
So if I remember correctly, let me pull it up right here. Spencer, you are the main person on the collect and describe the data. So once we get, Davis, once you get it back, if you can let us all know, especially Spencer, so he can get started on that, because the data and stuff is due next Saturday. They will all do work on it, but Spencer's going to be the one to write that up. And so,
well, I don't mind collecting the data. I mean,
Well, we should all at least play a role. But yeah, you're the one spearheading it. So if you want to direct how we do that, that's cool with me.
I'll get it.
All right.
We just have to make sure we go by this. And so number 9 is how we're collecting the data. And hopefully we don't have any problems with it. So
yeah,
if you guys want to read through it and see.
And don't forget, Davis, to put in what type of gas we're collecting from Gas Buddy Price. And I think you can select that too.
By the way, you guys, don't ever try to call a gas station to get their gas prices. Apparently that's a good I called like 4 different places and they all said, can't give away the prices. It's on the phone. It's against the law. I'm like, never heard of that before.
That's weird.
That is an interesting law that we were like Googling sometime.
Yeah.
Well, that brings up a good point, though, is that if you, cause like I driving down from Dallas to Houston, Dallas prices were about 19 cents cheaper than the ones in like the middle of NS, which is about 45 an hour out of Dallas, and you get to Houston, the prices go back up. So there's a good. We're not going to look at this, but there's a good, interesting question. Or look is if we look at our zip codes, could we and we don't have to do this, I'm just saying that if we were to go further on this, looking for like actual information, we might consider looking at the location of the zip codes and saying we got the most populous, but are they located next to like a freeway? Is that why they're more expensive? Are they? Is it what's the eco-sociological growth behind it? I mean, again, we're not looking at that, but the idea is that if you were to do this for an actual like senior research project, you'd want something where you go further into it.
Yeah, for sure.
Have we done we haven't done a QQ plot, right? Because it says that we're supposed to mention how we are in alignment with these requirements.
We might want to, Davis, put it on number 9. That
we can't though, because we can't right now because we can't collect data yet.
That sounds cool.
But we will.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good to me. And what we might do is we get a zip code.
So we're just talking about the requirements for ANOVA. So like the fact that they're more than 2. Is that right?
Yeah, there has to be at least 3.
Yeah, and I think it's that. I don't think it's necessarily this.
Yeah,
because that all happens when we're collecting the data.
Well, and the thing is that we collect data. And we get we collected the 4 zip codes, and we get 1 zip code that has an unnatural population growth. We can always just
yeah, but that's not what it's talking about here. It's talking about like how do we know that ANOVA is going to work for our stuff?
Okay, that makes sense. Sorry.
So like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, like, why are we using ANOVA rather than a t-test
or a paired sample? Okay, that makes sense.
So like this is wrong essentially. Like
yeah, I think so.
I'm wondering what would be better to put there. Because it's right.
Well, you could just say like, so what are the?
We have more than 3. We're looking at more than 3 groups, and we're looking simply for a difference between the groups. So the ANOVA follows what we're looking for.
So there are several sample sizes or samples.
Several samples that we are trying to confirm if there's difference between the ones. And that's what ANOVA does. All ANOVA looks at is there a difference between the samples means.
And then I would actually maybe say what you were saying earlier, just to say basically like we will check for normality using a QQ plot, and we'll check for equal variances, and just kind of, and I think we're good there.
Well, and if we get our 4 zip codes, one of them comes back as unnatural, we can always just. And I think we'll have to ask the teacher first, but we could pick a different zip code or just go with 3. So we have 4 zip codes and one comes back unnatural. We probably just go with 3. But we'll figure it out. Actually, what the thing to do is if we do our Q plus when we collect their data and one is not natural or more, we would need to contact the teacher and ask what to do probably.
Yeah. Okay. I think that should be okay.
Yeah.
We'll see. If we get back again with corrections, fine, but at least we're closer. So.
All right. You going to be on charge of submitting this again, Davis?
Yep. I got it.
All right, cool. You want to move on to the group quiz then?
Let's do it.
And I can handle posting this collaboration post for today.
Okay.
Where are you at right now?
What?
Where are you at right now?
I'm in my grandfather's house in Houston. we're traveling all day yesterday, and I wasn't sure what the plan was for today. It was kind of up in the air on the stuff, but we got here. We have Wi-Fi, and so after we finish here and do this, we're going through this other location where he has a ranch. So basically, the question was he have Wi-Fi, and can we meet here? And the question is yes. All right. Am I share screen? Just checking.
Yes.
All right. Yes. Okay. I'm gonna take just a sec. I'm using a flash back to my other computer, so I need to do. Where's my flash drive? Come on, flash. Let's see if this one work. There it is. All right, you guys ready? You can start. I'll join in a sec.
Okay.
All right, so I think the answer for number 3 is the first one, because we're looking at gender. We're not looking at whether it's Democrat or Republican, and so I think it was saying the null is always not independent, right?
Yeah.
And then we're trying to prove that wrong. So yeah.
Yeah. I thought the null was independent and the second one was not independent.
No, because you're saying that they're the same, basically. Right.
Well, what we're trying to prove with this, if I'm reading the textbook correctly, is the relationship between gender and voting parties. That's what we're looking at, right?
So yeah, the null would be that they are independent, and basically what we're trying to determine is if they're dependent. So
yeah, it's the last one because from I got from the videos is all this is trying to do is prove independence or not independence.
Yeah, I get that.
So
we're assuming that they are independent, so that they are.
The no is independence, the not no is they're not independent, or the alternative.
But see, that's weird because the question is, do men's voting differences or preferences differ significantly from women's voting preferences? So wouldn't that mean that our null hypothesis would be that they're not different, and we're trying to say that they're prove that they're different?
That could also be true. I'm gonna, because I want to borrow the textbook and just double check how we do this.
Textbook here.
Okay.
I love that we're getting into this textbook.
I have to admit, whenever I do this online course, I feel so like tech savvy. I remember when you used to do independent courses online, they would mail you a textbook, and you would have to like do it from there.
No, you guys are right.
All right.
Okay.
So
the last one for 4.
yeah, that's kind of obvious. So degrees of freedom, it's number of rows minus number of columns. Pulling this up, there are.
Well, it's this column up here, right? Or this chart up here in the information.
Yeah. So there's 2 columns. So 1 column or column. No, sorry, 2 rows and 3 columns. So it's 1 times 2.
So what are the columns? Are the columns all of them, or Republican, Democrat, Independent?
Yeah, columns are vertical.
And it's all of them. So there's 4 of them.
No, it's I don't think total counts, or did they count?
I don't know.
I'm gonna look it up.
I don't think total counts because it's more of just a check thing, but let's double check.
No, you're right. 1, 2. Yeah, I don't think the total counts.
You don't think it counts?
No, so it'd be 3 and 2.
Yeah. Oh wait, remember it's n minus 1.
Yeah.
So it should be 2, right?
Yeah, 2 times 1, which is 2.
Yeah. You all agree with that?
Yeah, that's good math right there.
All right.
Probably the hardest math I've done all day.
We always overthink things, so. All right. Our requirements for connecting, I think it's pronounced chi-square, right?
Yeah, or chi-square, key-square, something like that.
Yeah, I'll pronounce chi-square. Test for independence met by this data set. So we need to double count the expected counts. So the best way to do that is to put it into our pi hat thing.
Put it into our pi hat thing.
So a categorical data analysis hat. So the Excel sheet has a chi-square sheet.
Yeah.
The best way to get the expected values is to put it in there.
Can you show me what you're doing, Doug?
Yeah. I'm going to share screen my Excel. You will not see my quiz real quick, but it will make it probably easier.
Yeah, just to kind of get some reference.
This is the chi-square test. Let me pull up the data. You see it now?
Yep.
I don't know, because you can't copy this data from here, from this chart. And so,
Yeah.
like, are you supposed to put it in there?
Well, I'll show you what I'm doing, or something I'm doing. So we're not. It doesn't so much matter what column and row, just the numbers. So like on this, we have a Republican and female. So the column 1, row 1 is 250. So in this, we would put 250. Row. 200 next.
Here, do you want me to read those off to you?
Yes, that would. I have so many things up. Trying to flip between it is like ridiculously hard. So column 1, row 2.
Column 1, row 2, 300.
Is that right?
That's 200.
Wait, what?
You want to do it, Camden?
Oh, yeah, 200. Yeah, no, I thought you already had that. I'm sorry. I was going on to the next one. 200, you're right.
All right. Column 2, row 1.
Column 2, row 1 is 300.
All right. Column 2, row 2.
150.
Column 3, row 1.
50.
And column 3, row 2.
50.
Where's column 4? All right. Oh, that looks better. So you see this chart down here. It's kind of small. Apologize about that. So the expected count looks like. So let's see what they're asking. Okay, so they're asking. Is there at least 5? So question 6: is there at least 5 accepted counts in each cell? Yes. Because you look down here, 270, 270, 60, 40, 180, 180. That's over 5 by a lot. So that's what you're checking when you're checking for requirements.
In each cell. What does that mean, though?
So the cell is these right here. So if you look at the chart has a cell that includes so the cell or the number. So the Republican female, that's the cell 250, and so it correlates to the cell here on the table 250. And so sure, it doesn't matter what your categorical thing is. All it matters is numbers or occurrences. So you can make sure your rows and columns align in terms of what data is. But that's all. You're just putting data and just checking the data.
Yeah, I was just confused. So like it meant like it said like in each cell there's 5.
Yeah. So when I'm clicking the blue box, that's a cell. As long as the number right here, down here where it says expected count, in each of these big things, as long as one of those is higher than 5, it counts.
Oh. The number needs to be higher than 5.
Yeah. So I did not have any problem with this. I just wanted to show you what to do if you had weird low numbers and wanted to check.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that makes more sense to me.
Yeah, so all we're doing in question 6 is making sure all of our cells have an expected value of higher than 5. It's not hard, but it's good to check if you have low numbers.
Okay.
That's good stuff. Thanks for that. I did not catch that in the reading. So
does it have to be more than 5 or does it have to be more than 30? Because C says the expected cell counts are greater than 30.
It's 5. The formula for the T-squared is higher than 5 per cell. So like question 7, what is the value of the x-squared statistic? You can pull this up real easy if you can put the data into the stuff.
Yeah.
And so like I got right here, it's the T-squared test. So the right up here is test statistic. That's your thing. So I recommend whenever you do this, especially on the test, because simply it doesn't matter if they give you the data or not, or they will, is to put it in here because it gives you so easy.
Yeah. Okay. That makes a lot more sense. Thank you.
Okay. You guys understand. Okay, cool. For the question 7, I believe I'm going to leave this up here and have to. Can someone read that out to me?
16.204.
214?
204.
204. Yeah.
And then the p-value for the next question is 0.000. If I can read that right.
Yeah, that should be right. Let me just double check. Yeah, my screen's smaller, so I don't have the ability to crunch everything into one screen. Yeah, that sounds right to me. And as we've learned before, that's a perfect. You go ahead. So would it be A then?
Yeah, because we're looking to find out if they're not independent, if they're dependent.
So I would say there's sufficient evidence that says that gender and voting preferences are not independent.
Yep. You're right.
All right, sounds good to me. Okay.
These are in the.
These are in the Excel sheet, to make sure you pull that up. If you want, I can do all the Excel stuff.
I'll do it with you just so we can do it double.
Well, that and it's good to go through it on your own one, so you know what you're doing.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. I want to be able to like know that I'm doing this right.
Exactly.
So, let's see. All right. I'm gonna start working on that. So, it's easier. You can look at the data in the Excel sheet. But I find it easier to use the data in the online quiz because it's more easy to understand where it goes.
Mm-hmm.
I put them in. Yeah, looking at the. I got the columns flipped around.
Yeah.
So the columns are the not the countries, but.
Okay, I'm gonna have to redo this. Let me. Yeah, you cannot copy and paste the things. It just doesn't work.
That's kind of frustrating.
Yeah. Word of advice. Go ahead.
Copy and paste it because it gives us the file, so you should be able to copy and paste that.
You can copy and paste. But you have to do it individually by number because the way they're aligned, your column is everything in Excel is a column when you need rows and columns in the chi-square test. So it's a little difficult to copy and paste. You guys understand that?
Yeah.
So row 1 is going to be the Europe, and the column 1 is wellness. And so, you got to make sure that everything matches up with this table they give you online. So if someone wants to, can someone help me write in the numbers? Just call them out.
Yeah, I'll call them out for you.
All right, row 1, column 1.
62.
All right, row 1, column 2.
Row 1, column 2, 61.
We're going over horizontal.
You're on opposite of last time. Okay. So yeah, 61, 62, and then 61.
All right.
And then 72.
Okay, yeah. Column 4, row 1.
64.
And then column 5, right?
Yeah, 142.
That it on that row?
In that row, yeah.
All right. Row 2.
84.
Okay.
70.
Okay.
75.
Okay.
82.
All right.
And 170.
Okay. And row 3.
85. What was that?
Do you see my screen? I think I have it too.
Do I have this up?
Here, I almost got it, and then we'll compare them. Okay. So you got 85, right?
Yeah.
So 97.
Okay.
82. 111. And 178.
All right. So let me pull up.
Yeah, Spencer's got it, it looks like.
All right. Yeah, that looks correct. Let me share screen mine too. Everyone can see that?
Yep.
Yeah, they match up.
Okay, cool. So good job, Spencer. I mean, it's not easy, but it's just kind of tedious. Or sorry, it's not hard, it's just tedious.
All right.
All the expected count are over 10, so we're good there.
Yeah, no, that's not a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So 10 is true. The condition for checking a chi-square test or independence are satisfied. What are degrees of freedom?
So 4 times.
It's on the Excel.
So 8.
Yeah, 8.
I didn't know it was on Excel. That's dope.
Yeah, the Excel is like really useful. It's a test statistic. Can someone read it out to me?
7.436.
P value
.490.
Correct. 490 then.
Yeah, 0.490.
All right. So we're on number 14, correct?
Yeah.
Which of the following statements best describe the outcome? There's insufficient evidence to say that motivation to the chiropractor is not independent. That'd be correct, right?
There's insufficient evidence to suggest that motivation to visit a chiropractor is not independent. Yeah. So it's B.
Yep. All right, I'm going to submit it, and then we'll go from there. Woo, 100.
All right.
Everyone got the data down. I can share screen my quiz page to make sure we all got that.
Yeah, I got it. It all makes sense.
Crap, I missed one.
All right, I'm sharing it right now. Let me know what you missed.
Just number 6. How do I always get the easiest ones, or not even the numerical ones that I have to like enter in?
Wow, that is the easiest question.
Okay.
You understand what it is, right?
Yeah.
They clicked it wrong.
Expected counts in each set. Yeah.
So are we good then?
Yeah, we're good.
Oh.
All right. So, Davis, submit that if you can today, and then when you hear back, just text us. If it's all good, to say it's all good. If not, we can work if we need to arrange a meeting. If it's something you can fix it and submit again and keep us in the loop. But if it's something we need to meet, like say we have to research your whole project again, then let us know. We'll meet. I can meet Friday in the mid-afternoon. I can also meet all day Saturday. So if you, depending on that works for you guys, if you have to, we can do emergency meeting.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
Sounds good.